Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor. Today we're going to unbox the fastest GPU on the market. It's the EVGA GTX 780 Ti Edition superclocked with ACX cooling. Man, that's a mouthful. Try saying that 5 times fast. How about we get to the goodies inside the box? Alright, you caught me. I cheated a little bit. That's right, the box is on top of the goodies. I actually slid everything out. So let's take a look at everything that comes in the box. First off, we're looking at the different ways that you can set this up with your power supply. There's 5 different options, so more than likely there's an option to fit your needs here. But if you're buying a card like this, you already know what kind of power supply you need. And then a BIOS warning. Your motherboard BIOS might be a little bit outdated. You might need to update that. And then we have the user guide, which most of you guys will not need. It shows you how to hook up the 2-way, the 3-way, and the 4-way SLI for this card, because it can go 4-way SLI. Next, we've got the back ports on this thing, the HDMI, the display port, DVI-D and DVI-I, just like the other 770s and 780s that are already out on the market. Some enthusiast build stickers. They've been doing these for a while. I remember getting a couple of these, I believe, with my 500 series and my 600 series. I think it was a 670 for the win. I ran those in SLI for a little bit. And then here's what I really like. This is the badge that I traditionally put on my computer. It's meaty. It's got some bulk to it, and it's got some depth to it as well. I really like this badge. I wish more manufacturers did badges like these in their own little way. And then a driver of sorts. I always recommend downloading the latest drivers on the NVIDIA website. That's always served me well. So take a look at that. Then of course, in EVGA fashion, this is probably the Game of Pwns poster that you guys can undo and take a look at. So we already talked about this packaging, how it's a heck of a lot more stable and sturdy. And this is kind of neat. These sides pop off. And of course, you've got an array of different power supply goodies, DVI or DVI-D port, and then some more power supply goodies, all wrapped up like they have always been. So let's take a look at this card. Let's see. Wow, it's heavy. This feels a lot heavier than my EVGA GTX 780 superclock with ACX. This feels a lot meatier. Now, there's probably a reason for that. There is more to this card. It's not just a rebadged 780. It's actually been beefed up quite a bit, and this is completely sealed on this side. So this is the side that we want to enter. Take a look at this. There's also a back plate on this. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the differences here. Alright, they've got plastic protection all the way around. As you can see, it's the badge TI, and there's double plastic here that you can remove. And depending on what card you had, if it was a 770 or 780, sometimes this was a goldish color, sometimes it was a silver color like it is now. But they've really beefed up this card, it looks like. It just feels a lot heavier. Now, I noticed something. There's a back plate in there. It's actually on the inside. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. It's actually on the inside. Now, my imagination says this card's heavier. It needed more support, because how does your computer usually sit? The card usually sits sideways just like this, so all that weight is pulling down. That's a pretty smart move. Not to mention that this thing looks like it's ready to go on a multitude of layers. So the ACX cooling, these things are supposedly 70 times stronger, 25% lighter. I mean, they've dumped off a lot of weight from these things, and the ball bearings are scheduled or set to last up to 12 years. So I've run the GTX 770 and the 780 previous. These things run extremely cool and almost dead silent. It's really nice when your game's under load and you don't have a blow dryer in your ear. Here we have the side, and you can see all the heat sinks for the memory, and of course the actual GPU itself. And then of course all the covers for the ports on this side. Most of your hot air will be coming out here. Not all of it, but most of it will. And I've never had a problem with my temperatures. I've had the coolest running systems I've ever had running the EVGA GTX 770 with ACX, and then the 780 in SLI with the ACX cooling. But now we're going to go down to a single 780 Ti. I'm really impressed with the weight of this card actually. That's always a good sign. The last thing you want to get is something high-end and it be super flimsy and fragile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick unboxing of the GTX 780 Ti superclock with the ACX cooling. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will be showcasing this in my new Battlefield 4 computer build, and of course I'll be doing reviews on a multitude of different settings in Battlefield 4. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys soon.